I'm not one for pets who don't listen to their masters.
Dead witches get dragged to hell.
John! I came to pick up a friend. It's almost her curfew. Excellent!
Your impudence will cost you your life, witch!
Bayonetta 2 on Nintendo Switch. Packaged version comes with Bayonetta full game download.
It's almost her curfew.
Alright everyone, sorry. I'm just getting a last minute setup finished up. It was being difficult. Okay, everything's ready. I believe now we should be good to go. Just let me make one last adjustment to make sure I can see all the chat. There we go. Okay. I think that's all set up right. It looks like we are streaming and we are good to go. We're gonna jump into here and it should be fun. Just doing some solo mode play and yeah, I'm hoping it'll turn out well. Gonna do some newscasting kind of idea that I want to try with this. So hello and welcome everyone, I'm CSGilmore, and this is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Alright, so here we have our first clone out of the vat, and descending down into the battlefield. Let's turn it over to him real quick. Guys, why is my name tag in the shape of a bullseye? You set me up for the death game stage. I hate you all. No problem, everyone. We will be watching from his perspective from here on out. Until he dies. Then we'll get a new vat. A new clone out of the vats, I should say. And we will see from there. Let's see how he handles this. We've programmed a set routine into this one. He'll actually be staying idle until the drop. So we can discuss the nature of how the games work in regards to players. As you can see, we have a large vat of clones have been hatched out for each round. The battlefield, this is one of two current battlefields set for the games. Now, normally, as the plane enters the battlefield, players will be able to eject from the plane at their own leisure, choosing their target as to where they want to drop. This can have good and bad effects depending on where they land and how many other players have landed with them. Our clones are not particularly combat savvy, so we don't expect they will live long. Now, there are some clones who are pulled out of the vats a little too early, perhaps, or something has gone wrong. There is a disconnect, and they are unresponsive. Those are automatically kicked out of the plane once it reaches a certain point on the map and dropped down below. Now, as you can see, there are a number here. Some players, looks like we've got a couple, that will drop in with them in hopes of getting some easy kills. Often this is not the case, however, as other players also tend to catch on to this attempt, and some of those who are disconnected may reconnect without much warning at all. And so, those who attempt this strategy, while they sometimes are successful in gaining a few extra points, also are likely to die early on. The strains are pretty high on players, and hostiles are generally rather abundant. Our character seems to be having, our clone appears to be having some trouble getting through a window, so we will have him run over and take a look at these landed clones. They are perfectly harmless in this state of being disconnected. They are inactive, as it were. But they could become active at any moment. As you can see, they are currently just standing there, awaiting death. Normally, the blue death zone designed to bring in the area. And the play field will close in and kill any players who are not able to keep up. Oh, we've got some disconnecting issues of our own, it seems, with the player losing ground. As you can see, this is an easy way to get kills. However, it's cheap. Our clone has decided it's best to move on. This is one method. You can likely see players attempting to get easy points this way, or those who are tryhards and like to, once again, get lots of kills. Though the tryhards will normally go for guns in the surrounding area before hunting down those leftover clones. Now, let's try this window again. Ah, there we go. He appears to have worked out a means to actually enter a building and is grabbing a gun. It's nothing fancy, just a pistol, but it doesn't look like he's got much choice this wise. Oh, he's grabbed another pistol accidentally, or perhaps on purpose, who knows. Perhaps he likes this pistol better. There are some types of pistols in this game which are of use to players more so than others, but they are limited. Rather, ones that they are rather limited and have automatic fire, which is why they are generally highly sought out. Looks like our clone has grabbed 2 shotguns. Each character has the carrying capacity of 2 main weapons, a primary, so 2 primary weapons, a secondary weapon, such as a pistol or sawed-off shotgun, and certain other means such as grenades, and a melee weapon. The best melee weapon in the game is fairly argued to be the butt pan. This is a standard frying pan in reality, but it has been known to save lives, as it is a solid piece of workmanship fully capable of stopping bullets. Our clone appears to be suffering some major injuries from his fist fight, though he actually won the fist fight against an active player, which is rather impressive for us. Our clones usually don't do so good. But it looks like his strategy of trying to aim upwards slightly in order to impact fists with the head more often paid off. As headshots, clones are known to be rather sensitive in the noggin region. Oh, this is an interesting choice. Our clone has gone for what appears to be a crossbow. The crossbow is an interesting weapon of choice. It's powerful, but rather hard to aim and amazingly slow to reload. With its single shot rounds, it's usually a choice of the desperate or whoa! Did not see that coming. And our clone has been shot down. Looks like with his lowered health, he was not able to withstand that blast. Alright, Jim, go thaw out another clone. Alright, Jim. We're all Jim here. Alright, let's see what our opponent's last moments were before he killed our clone. This is the nice feature of having multiple clones involved in this combat. Ah, he got a good shot off there. I'm surprised it, considering it didn't look completely on the mark, I'm surprised it finished us. But that happens. We'll return now to the lobby, and with our fresh clone, right about now. There he is, I think. There he is, yes. As you can see, he is an exact duplicate of our previous incarnation. So, we'll be sticking with first-person perspective, so we get the clone's own view. It's my personal preferred method, as that way there is no peeking around corners in an abnormal manner. Though it is possible, thanks to our advanced cloning technologies allowing for minuscule microbot cameras to float around the individual, providing a third-person perspective for the individual in question. Ah, looks like this clone's been dropped in on the fresh map. This is the second battlefield. This time we will not be going with the desync disconnect bunch, but we will actually attempt a proper run. Now, there are several different types of players in this game. There are the noobs, who will generally run around not knowing what they're doing because they're trying to figure everything out. Often they will fall victim to more experienced players, sheer bad luck, and the blue. You'll also notice that it's rather quiet. This is because we have limited communications to only our clone, and if they were in a team, 2 team members. This is to avoid the general input of more vulgar characters on our newsfeed. Now then, where shall we drop in our clone today? Oh, how about... Well, we'll have to see where the plane goes over. Certain positions may be rather unattainable due to plane directions. Oh, and this plane's going pretty central. Alright. I think we'll drop our clone in right early on. There's a mine set up right about here, which our clone may be able to take advantage of, assuming it survives the descent. Clones have been known to not survive the descent before. We had one clone who attempted to land on a skyscraper and missed. Once the parachute is cut, there is no going back. And our clone found that out the hard way as he fell several stories to his rather imminent demise. Now then, let's see, we've got one other player over there. They may be entering the mines through the secondary exits. There are 3 known entrances to this mine. It's not particularly deep, so chances are our clone and these individuals will cross paths. And our clone probably won't come out the best for it, as is often the case. However, this place has been known to have some decent loot in our short experience with it. Alright. Our clone is in. Grab some basic equipment, nothing fancy, but enough that it might keep him alive for a few moments longer than otherwise. As you can see, he's protected his rather soft self with some more advanced equipment, capable of stopping the occasional bullet. He's gone for the high ground. Choice of gun mix-ups there, but the other player was aware and sniped him. That was our bad. We should have equipped him with better reflexes in that regard, and a little more forethought on the area of being prepared. It was close, a close game. If he had been a little faster, he might have had a chance. However, he pulled the wrong gun, which was not loaded. This is a common rookie mistake. We make it a lot. Perhaps one of the problems will have you a clone from an earlier batch. Alright. We'll make this clone a little more daring, shall we? We'll drop him into a more active zone. Alright, it looks like he's on the desert map again. we'll try for a more active area. Often these are the cities. Good loot is often able to be found in certain buildings, but other players know this, and so it is not uncommon for players to die early on in these rounds. Perhaps a more cautious play will be needed for later in our sessions. We have plenty of clones to spare. During this early stage, you may be wondering, why don't the clones kill each other? Don't worry, all clones have been recently thawed out, and so, despite their attempts, they don't actually have all that much strength. And from their movements, you can hopefully tell they have a rubbery consistency to their frame. Looks like we have an even more central plane drop this time than the previous. This is good, as our clone has a wide choice of areas he can drop into. The question is, which one will he choose? How about the Cog? A more central city. We can't read that one very well. San Martia, I believe. Alright. Our clone is preparing for drop. We're heading over the target right now. And our clone's away. Oh, looks like he's decided to go for a slight area just outside the city. This could be a good move. Or a really bad one. Unexpectedly, it appears that most other opponents have landed in a more distant region, and he very nearly got stuck on top of that tower. His shoot has an auto-cut feature, which could have activated rather easily if he had gotten a little too close for too long. Well, he's found some ammo. Unfortunately, there does not appear to be a gun to go with it. This is a common problem for landing in somewhat less habited areas. Sometimes you find good stuff. Major disadvantage here, as a rifle is not good for close quarters. Unfortunately, it has appeared to have been his demise, though he did manage to get a hit in. Let's take a look at their killer's camera and see how they fared. The clone didn't see them land with him, but they appear to have landed. I'm kind of surprised he survived that round, actually. The fact that he was not killed on sight with that first shot is rather surprising, as most clones early match are. Yep, we got one hit in, took down about half of the enemy clone's health. Alright, Jim, we got another one. This is Lone Gunman News, preparing for another round. Now, just to mix things up, let's go in for a third-person perspective, so that you, the audience, can see what this is like. The perspective is obviously in third person for us as a viewer, though it is capable of zooming in to first-person perspective, as our clones have cameras built into their ocular recesses. We do not know if this process was comfortable or not, as they were all in a rather hibernating state at the time. Seems that we've got a lot of clones active in this area, and we are down near the mines once again. Our clone is attempting to climb a rock. Someone apparently didn't tell him that he cannot climb remotely well, except for on very flat surfaces. He appears to be taking his frustration out on another clone. And he switched to first-person view. Yep, look at that clone's hair. That's rather different. Alright, we're back to third person. And, there we go, our clone has found something he can actually climb on. Too bad it's only that. And they're back into flames. Those teleporters get you up into those flames right away. So happy. Alright, let's see where we're coming in. Oh, we're coming at a sideways angle. Alright. Now, many clones will take a more strategic approach to these games and attempt to land in areas more apart from their fellow clones and their competition. Hopefully giving them time to armor up and arm themselves in general. When these clones are then prepared, they can go and hunt down their opponents under more controlled conditions. This map, while open, does have its recesses. However, it does generally favor those with sniping capabilities and skill. Some of our clones are so-so in this regard. If they can find the proper equipment, they can pull off the occasional effort. Let's not hold our breath, though, as more often than not, clones have been spotted before they spot the enemy. This is usually the problem of exploring or traveling through an open range. Well, clone's taking a little bit of damage from simply falling. He's having trouble finding an entrance into the buildings. These warehouses often attract players. However, they aren't always very full of loot, and so can be quite misleading. Looks like our clone's gotten hold of a Winchester. Maybe it'll serve him better than the last clone. That poor sod. Being in close quarters with a Winchester is highly advised against, particularly when your opponent has a shotgun. Fists may even be preferred. Oh, looks like our clone's come across a rather handy weapon, an assault rifle. It's not the best model, but it will do. And it can be equipped with a scope. It's only a level 2 scope, so it's not particularly effective. You can see he can change the amount of glow on the reticle, but all in all, this is probably not going to help him much. The clone switched to burst fire in the hopes of cutting anyone down quickly should they come across them. Let's grab some more ammo for the Winchester. And what's this? A level 2 police vest. That should keep him alive a little longer. Ooh. The lighter colored coat might prove an advantage for our clone in this circumstance. He's able to blend in more with this desert environment under these conditions. An SK-12, I believe? Yes, S12K, my mistake. A decent combat shotgun, but probably not good for the current conditions of open range. So it seems that our clone has decided to stick with the assault rifle and the long-range but slow sniper rifle that the Winchester can sometimes be. Though without its being able to equip a scope, it is probably outside of our clone's league as in regards to weapon capability. Our clone has lucked into the fact that he is dropped directly into the middle of the circle, it seems. This could have game-changing effects. Despite not having a shotgun, our clone is taking the ammo, perhaps in the hopes that it will prevent other players from grabbing the same. And he's finally grabbed a helmet, which is good. Shotgun choke, not particularly useful without a shotgun. Energy drinks are found throughout the map. We've infused them with nanobot technology, my mistake, so as to be able to better meet the needs of our clones in healing wounds quickly, though it's still moderately slow if you're under fire. Clone just changed weapons, but he appears to want the original. Alright. He's not in a good position here. A sniper from above could have him any second. And primarily there appear to be shotguns in this zone. Looks like our clones decide that it's best to retreat to a more enclosed location and hope that he can get the jump on any pursuers. Head for the high ground. This could give an advantage or a disadvantage depending on where the enemy approaches from and how aware they are. He's picking a location. Nope, he's decided to move on to the other building in the hopes of finding a slightly better location. Rooftops can be useful, but they can also be to a disadvantage. Yep. He's headed inside. A Tommy gun. Looks like he's decided to avoid it for now, in favor of what he already has. Which arguably are better for range and sniping in general. Wait, he may have changed his mind. He's going to change the Winchester out for the Tommy gun. Alright. This decision may help in the long run. It might not. The Tommy gun is not the best weapon for any range, but it has considerable fire rate. We have a crossbow present. Oh, he's changed into a piece of armor. Well, it's not really armor, it's a coat that may serve him better in the long run. Alright, and he's decided to drop some bandages in favor of a first aid kit. Now then, what will our clone do? He's found an even larger backpack, allowing him to carry more loot. Where is he going to go? From here he has a good view of inside the structure, but the windows are rather difficult to see through at times. Looks like our clone's gonna hunker down and hope for the best. Let's take a look at our map, shall we? The blue is zooming in slowly but surely. Perhaps our clone is hoping that the second circle will favor his actions more. Can't get a good view from here. Looks like he may be regretting his decision to have come in here in the first place, over his previous vantage point. And he's jumping the railing, heading back outside. Ah, he's headed to the roof. This could work for him if he can get a good sniper position. However, he does stand at risk of being sniped from behind. And the view of the battlefield is limited. So it's unlikely that most enemies will approach from this northern approach, seeing as most of them probably came from other directions. Dropped lower south. Huh? What's this? An airdrop. It's a ways off. It looks like our close to as they are sniper hotspots. He doesn't even have a vehicle. Perhaps he's hoping to be able to take advantage of this. The fact that it's out there from the general drop zone. More likely than not, he's just going to get shot in the head. It looks like he switched to single fire for more reliable accuracy. And he's lost sight of the drop. Somewhere over that ridge. Ah, he's looking for a vehicle. Vehicles do abound throughout the play area. However, they can sometimes be elusive. Apparently society doesn't like that sprained ankle. Nanobots are at work. And he's just jumped right through a window. This area appears to have been unmolested. Oh, and he's found the rare 8x scope. Unfortunately, no weapon he has is capable of handling that kind of scope. He'll hold on to it now in case he comes across something better. Those are gunshots. Whether they are fresh or not is unclear. Looks like our clone's head towards the outer edges of the circle if he continues along his course. This is a daring move, often to end in death, as other players will have taken up locations closer to the center and will be waiting for those running inside from the outer limits. Our clone, however, does not have those patience right now. It takes a special type of clone to be able to handle the strain of not moving a muscle for several minutes in a row. However, it does have its payoff. On occasion. The clone appears to have come to a red zone. These are where bombs are routinely dropped to spook players and to drive some into cover. Someone just died outside the play zone. Probably an individual unable to, who is disconnected and thus unable to see Alright. Well, looks like he's got a spare police vest here if he needs it. And he's pressing on. That loot drop is likely long gone by now. But perhaps they attracted some other would-be gamers and they can be found. It's a strangely quiet area right now. Normally gunfire can be heard in the distance, allowing clones to locate each other more effectively. However, in this circumstance, it would appear that that is not the case. our clone has severely lost sight of the drop, and so appears to have reconsidered his methods. Ah, there's a player up there. Haha, and our clone has his first kill. They were driving towards him, so perhaps they had hoped to run him over. That is a common method for killing other clones. Why they did not take the buggy is uncertain. Oh, our clones just realized that the drop of that clone's loot is actually further ahead. This is a dangerous time for any clone, as more often than not, other players will take advantage of a clone picking through another's loot to snipe them. He's decided to finally drop that shotgun ammo in favor of ammo he can actually use. And this appears to be it. He has an overabundance of ammo he'll probably never get to use, as most clones' deaths are sudden and unexpected, and violent. Very violent. He's jumped in a buggy. It appears to be in pristine condition. Where's he headed? I don't even think he knows. Looks like he's plotting a course further towards following the circle's current pattern of closing in. Some argue against following along the roads, as it is a good way to get sniped. However, it is also the best way to avoid a fatal car accident. Particularly in this terrain, where off-terrain travel is radical. Send the vehicle flipping, tilting, and crashing without much noise. As our clone was lucky, he didn't take any damage. That's what he gets for trying to pay too much attention to his surroundings, but not right in front of him. Our clone appears to be hut. Someone's been drinking here, but likely these are just props left behind to attract would-be travelers. Clone cell it in. Scanning the horizon, he does not see any opponents. However, he is maintaining a slight dance regardless, as that can be the difference between being alive and injured and having a sniper's bullet through your head. The third-person perspective does provide a handy feature for our clone, as he can then gaze outside of his window without actually revealing his own location, without revealing himself through that window. Outside, it looks quiet. Oh, our clones just realized that the circle is not treating him kindly. He must move again. He's still following a fairly new pattern of gathering to the central portion of the circle early on. Or not staying there, as is the case in the machine. Oh, there he moved, but he appears to have pulled his buggy could be his undoing and himself. While it is crossing these large open terrain periods quickly, the noise will alert every competitor within a fair radius of his location. Often this will however, our clone has managed to survive one encounter so far, and maybe feeling lucky. Not lucky enough to save. Oh dear. Our clone appears to have just had a near fatal accident. managed to hit the brakes quickly enough to avoid death. Or injury. He's moving on further out of town. There's another, no, not another vehicle. Well, a vehicle, but not another player. That is the sound. Supplies, if he can find them. Appears he's out of luck for anything useful, though, in this area. Small shacks often do not carry anything of major value. Let's go make a run for his vehicle again. A gusty move, as often snipers will take note of player surfaces and aim accordingly. But another gusty move on his part. Head for a structure. Compound is likely inhabited, but whatever. He's abandoned his vehicle, probably a good move from here on out, and switch to first-person perspective in the hopes that it will help him in these close quarters conditions. He's also switched to the Tommy gun on full auto. Strangely enough, this place does appear to be abandoned. Likelihood of it staying that way, low. Or, just as likely, his competitors are in another portion of this building, or even another one of the buildings in the complex. Oh, we have gunfire. Single shot. Likely a sniper. Ah, and the circle once again is screwing with our poor clone. Decide to make another break for his vehicle. Well, he's jumped in the back seat. And there we go. He's switched over to something he can actually drive. Alright, he's on the move. Looks like he may have no choice but head back into town. This is going to be a risky move. Where will he choose to set up? Back into third person. And he's pulled into a garage. Perhaps a good move, perhaps not. His backpack is full, but he's found a suppressor. This could be useful for sniping, as it will make locating him more difficult for those he is shooting. Uninjured, but he hopes that this will aid him in if he does take a hit and needs to heal quickly, as he is expecting gunfire and death rather soon. Those shots were right nearby. Perhaps a sniper in the neighboring building. Decided to pop a second booster. And he's a little stuck. And he's out the window. Running around, probably going to get killed. questionable position. Keep an eye out on that summit for snipers. The circle has actually treated him well this time, favoring him with a position that is not completely compromised from the start. This will probably not do him any good. He's just realized he has an attachment that will actually help. With stabilization of the Tommy gun, he may be able to fire more accurately. Not that this will probably do him any good, as he's not known for being a good aim. Another 2x scope, not what he's after. Shots out to the left. Medical kit. This was unsurprising. Well, this was surprising. Another 2x. Nothing useful. Here we have our clone using his third-person perspective to look outside without fully exposing himself. Can't see anything. There's definitely gunfire off to that side, though. Looks like, sounds like two clones are engaged in combat. Somewhere out to the southeast or south. Hopefully not right above him. There are only 12 clones remaining, counting our own. However, this is usually where things get dicey. That's some heavy fire to the left. Over to the west. Heavy fire. Probably a Car 98. Rather strong weapon that could punch a hole in our clone rather easily. He appears to have located a new gun. And swapping out. Hopefully this will not be his death. He's decided against the 8x scope at this range, as normally this does not end well. However, he appears to have lost track of some of his droppings. A risky move, but it may pay off, as the Scar is, in many cases, considered a better weapon. 6 individuals remain alive. Our clone must move into the safety rather soon. This is a risky maneuver, as enemy clones have likely got this area already secured. He's making a run for a structure. Will he make it? Is another matter. Full auto has been engaged. He swapped to the Tommy gun. Feeling exposed right now. These windows are a bit large. Can't see much. He's barely within the play zone. This will probably be the end of our clone any minute now. We have yet to have a clone actually succeed in acquiring the elusive Chicken Dinner Award for outstanding performance in the battlefield, and sometimes just plain sheer luck. Definite gunfire up on the mountains. And the blue is closing in. Oh, that circle does not like our clone. Oh, there's no door here. He is in trouble. Because there is a definite active sniper in the area. And they appear to have the high ground. Swapping back to the Scar. Single fire. And moving in carefully. We got a shot off. Looks like a hit. However, that just announced his position to everyone. Likely there's another sniper somewhere in these structures. He's going to have to move soon, though, regardless, as that circle is not going to wait for anyone. Oh, our second kill for our clone today. That's a surprise. Will he heal in time before the blue kills him, though? We did not expect this, but our clone is actually alive. And heading into the circle. There's definite players up on that ridge. And they are angry. There's another player in there. Possibly. Yep. And he's picked off by another one. Whew. That was our best run so far, though. Whew. The best part about this is you earn points just for surviving. Since our clone made it to the top 3, he gets 400 points, 2 kill points, which are 20 points each, and he got a lot of hits in. Let's take a look at our death cam to see where our opposing force came from. Likely the hill. Yep, looks like it. That person's injured, but they've just healed up, and they're moving into a sniper position. They may be using a mill strat, or a mill sim approach, of scoping out the and there's our kill. Second kill, we have a winner. So ZXKMSS has won the match. Alright, that was a rather nice round. Things have turned out rather nicely. Get us another clone. And there he is, once again. Let's see, shall we stick with the third-person perspective or go to first-person again? Let's stick with third-person one more try. That seemed to pay off rather nicely that last go-around. And our clone is entering the battlefield. We've filled this one with extra rage. He's attempting to kill a new clone right from the start, but it's ineffective. Other clones appear to be warming up similarly. And unfortunately, we are back on the desert map. Yet again. Oh, the clone got a good punch in there. Let's see. Oh, and now he's running out into the desert. Perhaps to die. Most likely to die. Unfortunately for him, death will not come. Yet. We have a surrounding area he's scoping out. They appear to be up in the ruins, rather far to the northwest. Alright, and we're now teleporting to the plane. We will see where our clone decides to go. He's got several options. Oh. Alright, we're sticking moderately to the west. Our clone's plotting his course right now. Given the plane's trajectory, looks like he may come in on either Monte Nuevo or El Pozo. Looks like he's chosen Monte Nuevo. And he's away. Looks like the weather's fairly nice in this desert today. A scorching death heat of probably 110. But our combatants don't care. Clones are only made to care about winning. And that's about it. Winning and killing each other. We have one other clone, no, 2 other clones dropping in nearby. Our clone's taking a position. Oh, slightly rough landing, and let's see what you can find. Those are bottles, not a gun. Our clone is really wishing he could find a gun right about now, as there appear to be nearby enemies, and all he's found is minor protective gear. And judging from the gunshots, someone else has been a bit more fortunate in their search. Another pile of garbage. Our clone's running for some buildings. Hopefully, enemy combatants have not already taken up residence. Smoke grenade won't do you any good in battle, man. Find something better. He's found ammo, but still no gun. Bursting through a window, jumping a wall, and in through another window. Hopefully these evasive tactics will serve him well, and he's finally found a firearm. A rather pathetic firearm. And a shotgun. Shotguns have served the clone well in the past. However, they are limited to close range effectiveness. In most cases. Decide to jump over to another building. Not really having any luck in regards to decent firearms. And where's the circle? Alright, he's got a long way to walk to get away from the outer edges. He's taking a risk, going topside. Looks like maybe more enemies about. Trying to get the high ground, but will he survive long enough to do so? Can't jump that wall. Can, however, jump this car. And this one. Let's turn over to our clone for a moment. A bit of enlightenment on his situation. Come in, Jim. Can you hear us? I can hear you. Why is there no weapons anywhere? Why does this world hate me? Our clone appears to be having problems. Alright. The clone's got a decent viewpoint from up here. And he sees a soda. A delicious, delicious soda energy drink. However, there is no means for him to reach that energy drink. He's keeping an eye out for other combatants. Everything appears to be silent. They may have already moved on. He almost slipped off the roof there. If there are enemy combatants, it looks like he's going in search of them, as he needs to move. He's got a lot of ground to cover if he wants to keep ahead of the circle in the long run. Perhaps he will be able to follow after his predecessor and nearly acquire that chicken dinner. However, considering he only has shotguns, we are not holding our breath. He's found something. Looks like a mini. That could save his life. An SKS. The question is, which one will he choose? SKS or a mini? Both have potential. Effective range. Looks like the SKS is the winning choice for versatility. He still doesn't look too pleased about it. Or he wouldn't if we could see his face. But you can see my face. He is not pleased about it. But we have the same face. Just about. Not really. That's not helpful. Well, that's a shot nearby. Somewhere over that way. Likely coming from up there. The clone could really use a vehicle right about now. But none seem to be forthcoming in working order. Yep, that vehicle isn't going anywhere. Doesn't look like it's gone anywhere for a very long time. How's the weather down there, Jim? Hot. The sweat might interfere with my being able to kill anything. That's about what we expected. Jim's taking quite a risk here running through the open fields. Gunshots to the left. Out to, I think, the north. No targets located. Looks like he's decided to move into one of these structures here and hope for a shot. Still not finding anything good for equipment, and without a scope, any shots from this distance are likely to fail. Nope, that's not a vehicle, that's a tractor. Technically a vehicle, but not one that we've left the keys in. Gas mask, currently of no use to anyone. Our clones do not require gas masks to the best of our knowledge, as they don't seem to have a problem with breathing smoke or mustard gas. Well, the red zone's come, and our clone is moving in. Thought the shots came from this location, but now he's not so sure. Moderately clear skies, partly cloudy. Oh, he's taking a risk and going for the main building. Why isn't that shotgun loaded? Door's already open. However, that may not be a sign of anything under the conditions. Some doors, nope, someone's definitely been here before him. Question is, are they still here? No sense. That's a lot of explosions. Anyone out in those fields is probably the raid. Looks like our clones decided to shut up and try to make it look like no one's actually been here. That's going to be challenging. Checking bathrooms. Some individuals do like to hide in the bathrooms. So far, no one. Negative contacts. Is that a shot? Clones, not sure. Checking the map. Blue zone is closing in. Likely our clone will have to move within the next several minutes. No sight of anyone on the upper areas. New circle appears to favor our clone, actually, and perhaps will continue to. That's a lot of open field. Great for him to snipe from, but also great for everyone else to snipe back. Looks like he's making a quick search. That gun does not look like a natural spawn, likely dropped by an individual finding something better. And another red zone. There's another player up here who doesn't seem to be coming out. Not too far off. If we can clear these bars. Likelihood someone will beat him to it, or be prepared to snipe him as he gets close. But the potential of a payoff is tempting. Question is, will it land on this side of the mountain or the other side? Or perhaps the very top itself. The very top would be ideal for his to be able to snipe someone. Oh, that's close to the top. What's it going to be? Can't get a good view from here. Expecting sniper fire from nearby zones, but so far nothing. They may just be lining up their shots, but you never know. So far, alone Gunman has not had a chance to do much gunning. Heavy fire. likely a Tommy gun or submachine gun of some sort. Scar. Okay. If it is a Scar, it's on full auto. Up. And there's a vehicle. What in the world? There appears to have been a glitch, and our clone was firing at a ghost. Very strange. Question is, where did that person actually go then? Perhaps they jumped out early and died while jumping out of a moving vehicle. Or they have already snuck up here. Looks like someone's already been here. The location of that gun there suggests. So anyway, however, they left a lot of bother. And our clone's under fire. He can't locate his killer though. What's that sound? Oh, no wonder, it's an M24. Those things have incredible power and range. They don't have to be far away, but they don't have to be close either. They weren't very far away. That's likely what they grabbed out of that drop itself, and then they waited for anyone else to come by. Surprising they didn't grab this level 3 vest, but it looks like they may already have had one. Yep. Oh, and it's got a suppressor. No wonder our clone couldn't locate it. I don't know how that shot hit. It did not look like it was lined up. However, we'll press on without consideration of cheating. It was not, if there was a cheat involved, it was not obvious. And more likely just a result of some desync in between the two players and their perspectives. Alright, looks like we got another crate, a biker crate. I don't know much about that one. Now for me personally, out of character here, looks like nothing major going on in chat. If anything, actually nothing going on in chat. But anyway, I tend to just get these reward crates and sell them. They sell them, depending on what they are, sell for more or less, but sell enough of them, they're pretty easy to get if you play this game a lot, and then you can use them to pay for other games again. I'm debating what game I want to get next, but I've got plenty of games I haven't even touched already, so that's how it goes though. Let's go with one more round. And our clone is ready to go in first person again. Perhaps we'll end this finale with an utter death situation of dropping in as a one-man squad. In which case our clone would be lone and fighting a whole lot of other people who could revive each other and ultimately team up on him. It's unlikely to end well. It would also be nice if we could get a different map, but it seems all our clones got shipped to the desert. Sucks to be that. Boy, boy, boy. Seems the weather never changes in this desert. Used to be that there were fog and rain maps available, particularly on the other map. I don't believe they are still active, as there were a number of complaints from competitors and their sponsors that the map was rather harsh and difficult to work with, as well as difficult on our clone's ability to process, resulting in large amounts of lag and disconnect. Another central plane fly over. What is this? Water treatment plant. That's a tough area. But it looks like our clone's going in. Oh, wait, nope. Let's change to Hacienda del Petro. No idea what that is. Sounds like a hotel. Close to our objective. Can't tell from here what it is. It does appear to potentially be a hotel. Our phone's off. Looks like he's not the only one with sights on that place. This could be a bloodbath. Probably our clone's blood. How many clones have lost? How much is? Yep, I've got at least, nope, got a third one. Oh, they got fourth. This is gonna be messy, folks. Everyone's going in on this hotel, and doesn't look like it's going to end well for any of them. Maybe one, if they're lucky. Our clone's off to a rough start with a bad landing. He's found a scope, but that is utterly useless without a gun. He's found a gun, so is a... One kill. Clone's firing pretty wildly, but... Ah. He's lost sight of his quarry. Another gunman located somewhere in this building. Possibly upstairs. That's a lot of gunfire. There are dead people all over. We're having some lag problems. Ah, didn't even see him. Looks like our clone without a armor on only took probably 2 shots. That was a fun quick round though. Oh. I've got mini. Where are they? If they were using a mini, that would explain how they were able to take me out so quick. Oh, that's where they were. Didn't even see them. Also, once again, that did not look like it lined up. But I'm seeing that a lot, so I think it's my connection, not theirs. Alright, let's do a finale round. One-man squad. Fixed first person. I'm gonna die so quick. Launch the clone. Maybe we'll get a different map for once. We've only gotten it once this round, and we're in the desert still. Apparently the desert map is coming up a lot right now, which is frustrating. It's been a while since I played on the old map all that much. Except for at the very start of this, we did have that one round on the old map, I think, didn't we? Or was that earlier when I was playing last? Ah, I don't remember now. Yeah, we're getting some definite lag problem. Jumping back and forth. Now, close jumped. Oh. Somehow his legs are still down. Alright. Oh, surprised we made that jump. Alright. Well, we're fighting against squads, so we're gonna get demolished. Let's go here. I don't think anyone else dropped in here, oddly enough. Maybe they know better. Not familiar with this area, so guess we'll find out. Oh, wait, there is someone down there. Someone came here. I only see one, though. Nope, 2, 3. There's a whole squad. And possibly another lone gunman. This is not. And there's no gun in here. Alright, clones head in. Doesn't look like anyone's raided this section completely yet. Oh, double barrel. 2 shots. Not the best of weapons, but it does pack a punch, and it certainly beats nothing. And we're having some connection problems. Lovely. Another good reason for this to be the finale. Number of clones burned through, everything else. Just all in all, probably a good idea to call it here. Another barrel, double barrel, but this time it's a sawed-off. Absolutely no range capabilities, but it does have some advantage in the long run for up close and personal business. And the circle is way over there. Looks like our clone's gonna look around. He's not familiar with this sector. None of us are, and we're gonna see if there's any vehicles. Right now, it doesn't look like it. And let's see. There's also that, and those enemy players to account for. The one who disappeared on us, but landed nearby, and that enemy squad who's likely over here. Probably they've already cleared this place of anything useful and made a break for it themselves. Oh. Fire ahead. Perhaps our lone player has run right into that squad. This military base is much larger than anticipated. Forward to death. Huh, actual trees. What do you know? Ah, there's another player. Probably seen me by now. Does not appear so. And they've got a teammate. Gotcha. Two down. That was unexpected. I know their helmet shot to pieces by me, but I'll grab that. They didn't go down easily though. They've got allies. Probably closing in on my position. Yep. Ah, I missed. Woohoo! I'm surprised I survived that long. 2 kills. Well done, clone. Well done. And that team is crippled. Pretty well for the rest of this game. By a lone gunman. Alright everyone, I think this is a good spot to end this stream. Not been too long, but it's been quiet, and whew, I'm getting a little tired of the whole Gunman news run of things. It was a fun little thing for me to try. Mix things up a little bit. Maybe next time I'll just do a normal play. But, hey, did better than I expected to on a few of those runs. Did about average for some of the startup ones though. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Lone Gunman News signing off. Hit like, hit subscribe. If you're watching over on Twitch, jump over to my YouTube channel. c.s.space.gilmore. And there you'll find I have a lot of videos. Not just from this game, but from a lot of other games. Because there I release daily release videos or pre-recorded ones. Generally, they're probably better than my current play of this. This game I find really challenging. And have not gotten all that good at it, despite my efforts. However, it works. It's a fun game, I enjoy it. But thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!